This video is about social media and how to utilize social media to build your audience, to build your tribe, and why actually it's probably not the best use of your time, all right? So before we get started, if this video is helpful, I'm really glad to hear that. You can give it a thumbs up. It helps it be spread to more people, and also subscribe because this is the place for you. This is where we talk about how to make your story and your narrative just the most appealing and important thing that people see when they come to you, and they just love you for that. So if that's you, then hit the subscribe and join me on this journey, all right? So social media is something that I talk about often because it's definitely the big question people have. It's something that generally the first thing we think about when we're trying to build an audience is think, oh yeah, I can use Facebook because I'm on Facebook and I know how to use Facebook. But actually, social media is not the best platform to get you from point A to point B, or from 0 subscribers or 0 followers to 1,000 plus subscribers, which is the goal initially, is to get 1,000 subscribers, especially on YouTube. But regardless of your goal, it's not the quickest way to get there. It's not a waste of time. I don't want to say that it's a waste of time, but there are many reasons that it's not the most efficient way. Number one is that the most efficient way to build your audience is actually through YouTube and website. And they're just proven ways to get from point A to point B in the fastest, most efficient way possible. There are some things that you just have to get over. Maybe you don't like being on camera, and that's honestly, everyone has the same issue when they start YouTube, but if you can just get over that, then it's definitely the best way to go. And if you want to know more about YouTube and blogging, then I'm going to put a really helpful video down below where you can check out and figure out if YouTube and blogging is for you. But this video is just about social media. So the other reason that social media is not the best use of our time is because it's kind of like, the analogy I like to use is, if you're trying to get from point A to point B, YouTube is like taking a Tesla Roadster, or a super fast electric Tesla car from point A to point B. It's just efficient, it's fast, it's just everything you need in one packet. It's just everything given to you right there. Writing a blog is like taking a bicycle from A to B, which is reliable. It takes a little bit of learning how to do, but it will get you there. But it takes a long time and a lot of consistent effort to get there. Using social media to build your audience is like, I like to compare it to using a treadmill to get from point A to point B. And I'm laughing because using it, you're not going to get anywhere with treadmill. You're just going to stay in one spot thinking that you're getting somewhere, thinking that you're engaging your audience, but actually in the long run, you're actually not really providing much value. And the reason for that is simply because social media, the current climate of social media and the way it's being used and the direction it's going in general, is that people are not using social media to get answers to questions they have. They're not using it to search questions or to look for audiences or look for something specifically. Some people do, but the vast majority of people go to social media like Facebook or Instagram because they're looking to be entertained, or they're just looking because they're bored, frankly, or for many reasons. But it's generally the behavior of people going to that is not because they're searching for anything. That is very different from YouTube and Google, where people are going specifically because they're looking for content generally. And those are the biggest, hands-on, the biggest search engines in the world. So it makes sense to create content that appeals to the people that are already searching for content, as opposed to stuff on Facebook and Instagram specifically. But that doesn't mean that there's no place for social media. It can be very valuable to use social media to build your audience in 2 very important ways. Number one is that you can use social media to share content that you're creating on your website or on your YouTube channel. This is incredible. It's like, if you have a friends base, if you have somewhere around 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, however many friends you have on Facebook, 500, you have an opportunity to share your content with your friends on your personal timeline. And just say, hey guys, I started this YouTube channel, check it out. I'd really appreciate it if you like all my videos or subscribe or whatever. You're guaranteed to find people who are just like, oh, this is awesome. He's really going after it and I'm going to support him, right? That's a great way to find people that really agree with you, but also just to get a boost in traffic to your website or your YouTube channel. You don't want to spam people with stuff every day. It's perfectly appropriate to do it when you're just starting. Maybe once a month you can post something. Personally, I don't like to use my personal account to promote something that I'm doing. I just want people to find it organically, but it's okay to do it once or a few times just to do it. However, there's another use of social media that I can't overlook, which is Facebook groups. Facebook groups are hands down the best opportunity to find your audience, the people that you're searching for that agree with things that you believe in and your values that are already in groups. If there's a group for Facebook for anything under the sun, if it's a hobby, if it's a religious circle, if it's a belief that you have, or if it's any kind of like subcategory of whatever, homeschooling or whatever that you're interested in, there's a group for it, I guarantee it. And if there's enough people, if there's a group for it, that's a good indication that there are a lot of people that are interested in what you have to say, which means you have search volume. You have volume of people that are interested in it. So be sure to go to those groups, engage with the groups, and answer questions that people have, or post questions to people so you can kind of gauge an idea about what people are curious about, right? And it's important not to be spammy here and just post everything that you're posting on your website or your blog or your YouTube channel. You can't do that because the moderators of those groups really don't like that. It's frowned upon and people also don't like it. So it's important to be helpful more than anything. So if someone asks questions about how do I iron a shirt or whatever, you don't just post your article and say, this is how you iron a shirt. You give a little bit of a blurb, like, in my experience, this is how, the best way to iron a shirt. Here's an in-depth article about how I did that. Of course, that's a really silly example because I just had a shirt here. But whatever your topic or your passion and your belief and your value and your faith is really in, then you can just create content on that and share that in the groups. And it's an excellent way to find people that you didn't know existed and actually start building traction with your YouTube channel, especially with YouTube. If YouTube is seeing that people are engaging with this video, then that is valuable to YouTube, and we'll see that, and then we'll start to push that content to other people if they find it valuable. The thing about YouTube, which is beautiful, is that YouTube's only job, guys, its only job is to push content to people that will find it relevant and interesting. It's not going to show something that like, for me, it's not going to show me how to decorate a kitchen pink or whatever, anything like that. But it will show me things like, anything about this YouTube channel, like marketing and internet stuff. That's what YouTube will push me because it knows that that's what I'm interested in. So YouTube's only job is to do that, which is a beautiful opportunity for you to find your tribe, to find your audience. And that is what I'm really excited for you to do. And that is what I'm here to help you do. So if that's you, then hit the like button on this video so that more people can find it, and also subscribe, because this is where we're all about. I'm just trying to help you guys build your audience and frame your story, because we don't know how to do it. It's not a natural thing that comes to us, is especially when we're talking about things that are really deep and personal to us, and maybe even controversial to many people. But most likely what you have to share in your story, there are thousands of people that are going through the same thing and have the same questions that you did, and you have something really truly valuable to offer them. So if that's you, then join us. Thanks for watching this video. God bless. I love you. Take care.